Well, Yolo Abdafid is at a Clinton rally in New Hampshire. And Yolo, not long now to go to Election Day. What are the latest polls saying?
This rally has just started. Maggie Hassan, who wants to be in the Senate, the US Senate, is addressing the crowd of up to around 5,000 people here in New Hampshire this morning. Then, of course, Hillary Clinton will speak. She's on that stage behind me. Now, in terms of the opinion polls so far, 4 national polls have been published this morning. One of them puts Donald Trump ahead, 2 are tied, and the other one puts Hillary Clinton ahead. Now, how many people actually believe and follow these polls is something else, because there is that usual margin of error of 3%. There are questions about the extent of the sample as well, but really people are pretty skeptical about these opinion polls in terms of how they put one candidate or the other ahead and by how much.
So I have to ask all of you.
Indeed. Well, clearly a lot of enthusiasm where you are for Clinton, but despite all the troubles that Trump has had recently, he's just got his first major newspaper endorsement in Nevada.
Are you ready to put in the work that's going to take?
It's very noisy here, but I think I heard you asking me about the first newspaper in Nevada, which is one of those swing states which is supporting Donald Trump. Most of the other newspapers and media here are, of course, supporting Hillary Clinton back there on the stage. Now, it shows that there is still that there's quite a lot of support for Donald Trump. How he expands that support is one key question, and how many people will vote for him. Let's talk to a local senator here in the New Hampshire Senate, Lou D'Alessandro. In terms of the support for Hillary Clinton and these opinion polls, which seems to show that things are closer than they are, do you believe that things are closer, or do you think that the Democrats are ahead?
I think that the Democrats are ahead, but I think the polls indicate how clearly disruptive this election has been, how unusual this election is, and how anybody can win this one. If you're a Trump supporter, you're solid. You're not moving any place. If you're a Hillary supporter, you're solid. The question is, who's going to get the undecided? Those polls are a lot about, in my opinion. The only poll that's going to count is the one on November 8th, when people go to the polls and vote.
Well, people are voting now, of course. 4 million votes have been cast up till last Saturday. Quite a few will be voting, of course, before November the 8th as well. Have you ever seen an election quite like this, which has focused so much on the personalities?
I've never seen anything like this. I've been involved in the presidential election cycle since 1960. That's a long, long time ago. So I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen a campaign that's so vitriolic in terms of the acrimony that takes place between the two candidates. You know, it's a real struggle.
And that acrimony extends to these accusations and allegations of election fraud even before the main ballot on November the 8th. That doesn't augur well for afterwards, does it?
No, I think afterwards is going to be really something that we're going to have to look at. If the acrimony remains, then we're going to have a country that really has got to pull itself together, and that's going to be difficult. This hasn't happened before. You know, we're in new territory. This is new territory that's being plotted as a result of the contentiousness of this campaign. This is one tough one, my friend.
Lou D'Alessandro, thank you very much for joining us live on TRT World. Now then, a lot of the voting has already started, possibly even up to 50 million votes that will have been cast before November the 8th. But the people here are now waiting for Hillary Clinton to address them.